Namaste family, Sonia here, bringing you a little more soul sense to expand your consciousness and your life once again. How is everybody doing? Blessed and amazing, I hope, as always. This week's message is about how your personality is formed and how it affects you and how it affects the world around you and how we co-create in the universe within this concept and within this self-awareness that we call self, the personality character. See, we gotta roll this one back, guys, all the way from the moment that we are born. See, we are building our personality from the day that we are born onto this planet because we are influenced from that moment, from the way our parents are looking at us and the vibrations we're picking up and the smells and the colors and all those magical things that you grow into as you start expanding your awareness and your body grows and your mentality, your brain starts taking pictures and your brain starts picking up everything around you, and you start forming this thing by other people speaking to you and belief systems and how you should be, how you should think, how you should feel, what you should do, who should you talk to, who should you not talk to. And this is a continuous pattern that goes on through time as you grow up. So you get into adulthood, and then this is something at that point that you have been influenced by teachers and friends and family and experiences and traumas and dramas and boyfriends and girlfriends, and the list goes on. And point being is that within that time span, your personality starts becoming a part of your character because of your experiences. See, and a lot of people don't really understand that process. And what happens is that we carry a lot of those experiences and those traumas with us, and they become a part of who we are, a part of our character, a part of our personality. And not understanding that once it's embedded on that level, it is very hard to recognize and come into alignment that we have these specific personality traits. They even become energy blocks. And even when someone tries to point them out of, oh, well, you know, I think you need to learn more patience, or this is something that you need to work on, or whatever the case is, we kind of dismiss it because we don't want to hear that shit, right? But those of you who are really, really taking the time to step back and do the personal development, this is the signs that you need to follow. If something comes up over and over, this is the universe trying to tell you something about your personality trait that you need to acknowledge to help build towards becoming the best version of yourself. See, not all the things that we learn are good for us, right? They don't serve us for the next version of who we're trying to become or who we want to be. And that in itself can become something really tedious to overcome because we're so used to being a certain way, acting a certain way, reacting a certain way, being in certain situations and relationships and being a specific type of person. Have you guys ever been in a relationship and you're like, man, this person just brings the worst out in me and I just don't get it. I feel like it's just not even, I can't even be myself. Well, in part it is truth, but in part it is false, because you are this type of person because that person is squeezing you, right, and bringing out that part of your character that you need to pay attention to. If you have someone in your life that is narcissistic and abusive and has these psychopathic, let's say, things, there is narcissistic traits in you that need to be addressed. And a lot of people don't understand that. We can't label one person and say that person is this or that person is that. We all have a little bit of something that is in the between what it means to have the light and dark within you, the yin and yang, right? The negative and the positive polarity. Your job is to swing somewhere in between and vibrate somewhere in between that scale. But most of us don't even understand what part of the scale that we're on, and we have like these traumatic experiences, and then they become a part of our personality because our brain has recorded this. It's taken years of lifetimes of recording and pictures, and this is how we're supposed to feel. The thing is that After we have a specific image in our brain, we remember these things by the emotions, the way things make us feel. And if we don't address the way these things make us feel, and we dig them back into Pandora's box, and we just say, hey, well, I'll get to that later, or I don't care, I'm just this way because I don't care. Those of you that have that attitude, and you're like, I'll kick anybody's ass who comes to step at me, or I don't give a shit attitude, or whatever that attitude or whatever that perspective you have, because you're just like over it, okay? Because that is a part of understanding each other. See, we can learn compassion and patience and empathy for each other if we can understand that we've all been through some kind of trauma, some kind of drama, something that has made this impression in our life that just has left us in that space of a certain part of vibrational over it, vibrational angry, vibrational hurt, vibrational anger, or even blissful moments, right? Where some of us are just really happy people, we want to be happy, and we kind of roll with the punches, right? But then we have people around us like, how could you be so forgiving? Or how could you just not care about that? How can you let that person treat you like that? There's different personality traits, right? There's some of us that are more alpha than others. There's some that are just more passive, and some of us just want to just choose to let things go. And that is actually the healthiest thing you can do, because those things that we call experiences are supposed to be just that, experiences, but we carry them from day to day to day to day to day to day. Literally years go by, and we get stuck in this place, guys, that just starts embodying us, and it takes over us, and it becomes just this being, and then we call it ego, right? We want to place all that responsibility on ego, but it's our entire being that's a part of that song and dance, right? It's a part of who we choose to be and become, right? So I want you guys to understand that those are just experiences. They don't have to be a part of who you are today, especially if you're carrying burdens and traumas and things, something as deep as being adopted or being abused, sexually abused by your mother or your father or your uncle, or losing your parents, or really deep traumatic things, right? Understand that there's a way to walk through that and let it help you become a better person and a strong being, and share your journey with those around you to help raise the frequency and vibration of this yourself and the planet and the people around you. Because ultimately, that's why we go through these things. The universe puts these things in our path. As it said, our lessons become blessings, right? Because that's what they are. We call these things to us even if we don't understand that. And it goes one step deeper. We actually have a contractual agreement before we manifest onto this planet of the bigger things that we're going to experience to help evolve our soul. Because that's what we're here for, guys, to evolve our spirit and our soul and who we are. Because we are amazing, majestic spirits having a human experience, and we're here to evolve our soul and our journey, right? And all of this gets recorded in our Akashic records, which is also known as the Book of Life. So it's up to you to be conscious of these things and do the work, do the research, and dig deep into that part of you that you feel that has kept you in a space of not being able to move forward, and release that so you can now be in that song and dance, in that flow of creating the best life you've ever wanted and becoming the best version of yourself, mastering your divinity. So that is this week's message. Thank you guys for joining me. Make sure you're always checking out all my social media. I do post different things on Instagram and on Facebook and on YouTube, and I got a lot of new stuff coming, so make sure you stay tuned, guys, because I am always going to slay until the next time, until the next time, until the next time. Peace, namaste. I love you. So then, until the next time, I'm going to slay. I'll see you then.